Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the new record from the Color Morale. It is titled Desolate Divine and I went into this album with rock bottom expectations. I was expecting absolutely nothing from this record. I was just purely checking it out because I felt like I should review it because it's a big record that's coming out, and this album shocked the hell out of me. I love this record. This is one of the best metalcore records of the year and absolutely probably the best Warped Tour scene record of the year. It's probably between that and the album from The Word Alive, which is just such a relief because if you've watched any of my past reviews of bands in this genre, I've been very hard on bands like this because being generic has become quite a trend in that scene. Bands like the Amity Affliction and Crown the Empire who have just brought out just boring records, and this is absolutely not that. The difference between this and the typical metalcore album is the songwriting is so good. The melodies are catchy as hell, but you can also hear the emotion and hear that they care what they're singing about, and that is one of the main things on this record. Lonesome Soul is a great opener. It got me hooked into this album from the very start. The second track kind of brought me down a little bit and thought, maybe if it keeps on this track, then I won't like the record. But then it picked up straight away again, and I was hooked for the rest of the record. Walls and Misery Hates Company are two of the best songs on the record. They are so anthemic, so big, and you can just see them being played in massive venues. The vocals are the standout in this record. He has a voice for this genre of music that is quite unique. It's not unique in the scope of the music scene, but in that Warped Tour scene, his voice is very unique in the way that it's not that typical metalcore, whiny, high-pitched voice. It's kind of in that mid-range. He's got some grit to it, and when he's singing as emotionally as he can, you can really hear it, which is something that you can't hear from a lot of those metalcore vocalists. There's nothing groundbreaking instrumentally, but that's been a criticism of other metalcore records this year from me. But while this doesn't bring anything new to the table or do anything to really differentiate themselves that much from the other bands, the songwriting that they use within that sound makes it stand out. So they have kind of the same guitar tone and some of the same ideas, but the way they use them is done so much more creatively than those other bands that it just makes them stand out so much. It makes those songs so much bigger, makes them hook you in and just grab onto you and make you really delve into this record. Clip Paper Wings is the second track. I think it is the weakest on the record. It kind of brought the opening of the record down for me, but as soon as that third track came in again, I was hooked straight away. And also there is a lack of variety on this record. There's not a lot of different songs on this record. They all kind of, the same kind of thing, like heavy with a lot of melody. There's not any softer songs on here or anything like that. So that would be the only thing, but the thing is, with the lack of variety, I was never bored in this record. I never felt like it was just the same thing repeating itself. It was just, there weren't any softer songs, as I said, or just more ambient kind of songs or anything like that. I've never listened to their old stuff, so maybe that's just something that they haven't explored yet. So they may do that on the next record. But as I said, I was never bored in this record. Every single song hooked me in except for Clip Paper Wings, and just a great record from start to finish. There's choruses for days and days and days on this record. The choruses are so catchy, so big, like stadium size choruses in this record, which is awesome, and the vocalist delivers them so well. And this record also flows well, song to song. Nothing seems abrupt, nothing seems like it shouldn't be there. It all just flows really perfectly together, and I like that there's more melody on this record and less screaming. That's something that a lot of the Warped Tour scene bands do, is they do like half scream, half melody in every single song. It's mostly melodic singing, and then there's screaming thrown in here and there to add effect. And that's what screaming should be. It's an effect. Unless you're doing a full-out screaming song, like the new song from Of Mice and Men, which is meant to be just all screaming, then it should be just added in as a flavor rather than going, oh, we've got two vocalists, so we should both give them half the song. That's something that a lot of Warped Tour bands do, and it doesn't really work for me. So I'm really glad to hear way more melody in this record and less screaming. Just really good to hear that. It's also the perfect length. Doesn't feel like it drags on. And it's produced really well. Whoever produced this record did a really good job of making all the elements of this record fit together really, really well. It is a bit too perfect at times as far as the playing goes, so you can tell that they've fixed up a few things here and there. I would have preferred a bit more band in a room feel, but it works for this record, so it didn't really bother me that much. Overall, this is a really, really impressive record from the Color Morale. One you should definitely go check out. The vocalist absolutely delivers on this record, and the lyricism and the emotion that he puts into his singing really makes this record from good to great, and definitely one you should go check out. Top 3 tracks are going to be Walls, Trail of Blood, and Misery Hates Company. 3 absolutely incredible songs that you absolutely should go and check out, and absolutely should go and check out this record this week. Rating, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Really good record, really strong, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for watching my video today. Please hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Fresh Currents.